The beginning of the work week, and welcome to Inside the Show. Looking first at the NL Central, the Cubs allowed 5 hits in the game as they got past the Reds in Cincinnati 6-1. Heading into today, the Reds sit in last place in the National League Central Division, and the Cubs are in first place in the NL Central. The St. Louis Cardinals knocked out 10 hits as a team as they took a victory against the Brewers in Milwaukee 7-3. Right now, the Brewers sit in fourth place in the National League Central Division, and the Cardinals sit in second place in the National League Central. The Pittsburgh Pirates put together 10 hits total as they defeated the visiting Yankees 4-0. Looking at the standings, the Pirates sit in third place in the National League Central Division, while the Yankees are in third place in the AL East. The Nationals held their opponent to just 2 hits as they took care of the Mets at Citi Field 3-0. As of today, the Mets sit in first place in the National League East Division, and the Nationals are in second place in the NL East. The Philadelphia Phillies total 11 hits as they pulverized the Braves 11-5. In other Phillies news, starting pitcher Jeremy Hellickson will be out of action for a few days according to team reports. He's said to be suffering from a flexor strain in his arm. At the moment, the Phillies are in last place in the NL East, while the Braves are in third place in the NL East. The Dodgers got a road win against Arizona 4-2. Also out of Arizona, starting pitcher Patrick Corbin is currently listed as day-to-day. He's dealing with a strained finger. In other Dodgers news, center fielder number 37 is listed as day-to-day, but is not expected to see any time on the DL. He's said to be suffering from a flexor strain in his arm. Right now, the Diamondbacks sit in third place in the National League West Division, while the Dodgers are in first place in the NL West. The Rockies got together to allow 4 hits as they dismantled the Giants 11-3. In other Rockies news, second baseman DJ LeMahieu will be out of action for a few days according to team reports. He's dealing with a pulled muscle in his leg. In other Giants news, relief pitcher George Kontos is currently listed as day-to-day. He is said to be suffering from a pulled muscle in his back. Heading into today, the Rockies are in fourth place in the NL West, and the Giants sit in second place in the National League West Division. The San Diego Padres only allowed 2 hits in the game as they beat the visiting Marlins 2-0. As of today, the Padres sit in last place in the National League West Division, while the Marlins are in fourth place in the NL East. The Rays cracked 14 hits overall as they got the home victory against the Astros 8-7. At the moment, the Rays sit in last place in the American League East Division, while the Astros are in first place in the AL West. The Orioles combined for 4 total home runs as they got the victory in extra innings over the Red Sox 9-8. Looking at the standings, the Orioles are in fourth place in the AL East, and the Red Sox are leading the AL East. The Cleveland Indians knocked out 12 hits as a team as they beat the White Sox on the south side 8-1. Right now, the White Sox sit in fourth place in the American League Central Division, while the Indians sit in third place in the American League Central. The Twins combined to allow only 4 hits as they defeated the visiting Tigers 4-0. Also from Minnesota, right fielder Max Kepler is listed as day-to-day, but is not expected to see any time on the DL. He is dealing with a strained shoulder muscle. Heading into today, the Twins are atop the AL Central, and the Tigers are in last place in the AL Central. The Blue Jays grabbed 13 hits in the game as they pulled off the win against the Angels in Orange County 6-2. It was their 5th straight victory. As of today, the Angels sit in fourth place in the American League West, while the Blue Jays sit in second place in the American League East Division. The A's sent 3 balls into the seats as they stole the win against the Mariners in walk-off fashion 5-4. Looking at the standings, the A's sit in last place in the American League West Division, while the Mariners sit in third place in the American League West Division. The Rangers grabbed the win against the visiting Royals 2-1. Right now, the Rangers sit in second place in the American League West, and the Royals sit in second place in the AL Central Division. Thanks for tuning in today. We'll be back here tomorrow and all season long.
Now from the north shore of the Allegheny River, there's a beautiful look at PNC Park in Pittsburgh. Tonight, the opener of a 3-game series between the Chicago Cubs and the Pittsburgh Pirates. Two of the best bats in the business go at it next on the show. Jamison Taillon, a right-hander from Florida, gets the ball as the starter here. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, it's hard to have all 4 of your pitches on, but I think if this guy can have 2 or 3 of his 4 pitches and have command of them, he's going to have a really good game.
Josh Harrison stands in. His matchup numbers with John Lackey. He's gone 2 for 6.
Harrison.
A decent lead at second. Here's the pitch. And now his swing and a ball hit in the air out to left field. Schwarber comes in a few steps as he hauls it in for the first out. And the runner, not tagging, will retreat to second base. And here's how Clint Hurdle set his Pirates lineup for this one. What's the key for them to win this series opener, Harold?
Key to me is driving in runs. Their runners in scoring position, they've been really struggling. I mean, you don't have to hit home runs, but pick up that runner that's at third base with less than 2 outs. Hit the ground ball and drive him in.
Stepping up to the plate, John Jaso. It's been a really slow start to the season for him, as you can see by the April numbers on your screen. And a good pitch, but he gets quite a lot of it. And in fact, he got more than a lot of it. He got all of it. It's a home run. It's a 2-run shot to straightaway left. Second home run early in the year. And the lead for the Pirates is now 3-0.
Well, he was already off a bit, giving up a run in the first, and then they tag him for a 2-run job here, and he's officially struggling. When a start goes sideways this early, it's hard to get back on track sometimes. We'll see if he can.
So coming to the plate, Kyle Schwarber. He had a homer in the ballgame yesterday afternoon.
Hey, see it. Drive it.
In the dirt, and now let's see. And he is safe at second base as the decision to move up pays off, and that'll likely be scored a wild pitch.
Well, the graphic here isn't going to properly show just how far that pitch was from the strike zone. That thing wasn't even close, and I think it made the decision to move up a base pretty easy to make.
Hey, one time right now.
He's ready. Here's the 1-0. The high fastball is in there. Harold, we look at this Pirates ball club as they enter play here tonight. They come in winners of 2 straight, and they've been playing some good baseball as well.
They played good ball yesterday and pulled off a W. Let's see if they're able to keep that momentum going, play good again this one, and win another game.
And a rather easy first out.
Well, let's take a look at the Buccos defense, brought to you by Majestic. And in the outfield, Starlin Marte. This kid's got a great arm, tremendous range. You can put him anywhere out there, and he's going to be the guy you sit there and go, wow, who is that? He makes those kind of plays.
Ready for another chance? Kyle Schwarber. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
Schwarber.
First pitch on its way. And the changeup just missed the inside corner. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. 2-0 now.
Well, 2-0 now, and this is where he makes his money. If he gets a pitch to hack at, you can bet he's not going to hold back.
From the windup, the 2-0 pitch. And that's swung on and fouled straight back. No runs, no hits, no errors so far for the Cubbies. Called strike that time, and it's even at 2-2.
2 strikes. Get your pitch.
Now a swing and a hard hit grounder, but this is going to be a foul ball as that keeps things at 2-2.
Well, he's out in front of that breaking ball right there. Not surprised. I was after that fastball. Nice job of pitching, kind of keeping him off balance.
And this will miss down low in the dirt, so he's worked it full now at 3-2.
Hey, I know the idea is to try to get the guy to swing on a 2-2 pitch, right? But that one was so low, I don't know anybody that would have swung at that pitch.
And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends the inning. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. Still down 3-0. Striding in once again, Phil Gosselin. He drew a base on balls his first time up.
Phil Gosselin.
Now the 0-1 from Big John. Fly ball out toward left center field. Schwarber arranged to his left as he tracks this one down in left center for the first out. Here's Andrew McCutchen now. He doubled earlier and carries a 2-for-2 line into this appearance.
Andrew McCutchen.
0-1. Here's the pitch. There's a swing, and he sends a ball high in the air into left field. Schwarber ranging back. He gets there and makes the play for the second out of the inning. Ready once again, Kyle Schwarber, as he's got a chance to tie this ball game up with that equalizing run just 90 feet away at third.
Hey, be patient, be patient.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Started that swing a bit too early. Well, he's having a good amount of success here, Dan, even though he hasn't really gotten a ton of swings and misses.
Yeah, it amazes me how every game you pitch can be so different, Matt. Sometimes it feels like guys can't touch you and you're just punching everyone out. But other times you don't have your good stuff and you really rely on movement and location to get outs. That's been the case for him today, and it's really working. With 2 strikes and the runners at the corners, this is a big pitch coming up. Got to execute and hope to either get a strikeout or a double play ball to help you get out of this thing.
For a good one now. And nice and patient. Get your pitch.
And he struck him out. And wouldn't this be something if he could work out of this with that 1-run lead still in check? Here's Jordy Mercer now. He's 0 for 2 thus far in this one.
Jordy Mercer.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Pulls this one in the air out to left.
You got ball. You got ball.
Schwarber is going to have room out there as he puts this away to retire the side. A strong inning that time out of John Lackey. His club trails, however, it's 3-2. Digging in once again, Kyle Schwarber. And this tie ball game is a battle of the bullpens now, and I'm sure you're enjoying that, Dan.
Bullpens are such a big part of baseball now, Matt. All these teams have such good 7th, 8th, and 9th inning guys. It all boils down to whose bullpen is better.
And he takes something off there and had him way out in front for strike 2.
That looked like he was cheating for that fastball inside right there. Early swing, got out in front of that off-speed pitch. Clearly looking for a fastball.
And he'll step on first for the out. 3 unassisted. Not a lot of runs put on the board in this one, but here's a guy that found a way to make a difference. He's the tops player of the game.
Yeah, you see, he finishes with a 3-hit game, including a double. He can feel good about that, and we can feel good about giving him the Player of the Game award.
And it's a 4-3 finish in this evening's ball game. Wade LeBlanc gets the win in relief, his 2nd of the year. So that'll just about do it. For Harold Reynolds, Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. For more, don't forget to check out theshownation.com.
1 error. They left 6 men on base. For the Cubs, 3 runs, 5 hits, 1 error. They left 12 men on base. The winning pitcher is Wade LeBlanc. His record is now 2-2. The loss goes to Wade Davis. He falls to 1-3. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 3 minutes.
Hello there, baseball fans. Let's recap what went down around the league on Monday. Looking first at the NL Central, the Pittsburgh Pirates combined to give up just 5 hits as they nabbed the win against the visiting Cubs 4-3. Junior Guerra collected win number 3 this year as the Brewers took care of the Reds 6-3. The Diamondbacks got together to allow 4 hits as they bested the visiting Padres 2-0. The Nats took care of the Rocks in Colorado 3-0. The Giants put together 10 hits total as they got the best of the Dodgers at home 5-4. In more news from the boys in blue, relief pitcher Adam Liberator is currently listed as day-to-day. He's dealing with a strained bicep. The Rays combined for 10 hits as a team as they beat the O's in Baltimore 5-1. The Chicago White Sox knocked out 12 hits as a team as they grabbed the walk-off win over the Royals 3-2. In other Chi Sox news, relief pitcher Zach Putnam will be out of action for a few days according to team reports. He's dealing with a strained oblique muscle. In other Royals news, left fielder Peter O'Brien will not be in the lineup for the next couple of days. He's dealing with a strained finger. The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim knocked out 10 hits as a team as they took down the visiting Blue Jays 6-2. The Twins allowed 5 hits in the game as they grabbed the win over the Rangers in Arlington 5-0. Thanks for tuning in today. We'll be back here tomorrow and all season long.
Let's play ball. Ball 4, take the base. 3. Take the base, ball 4.
Welcome to our Wednesday edition of Inside the Show. Let's jump right into Tuesday's action. In the National League Central, the Pirates pitched well, allowing 3 hits as they crushed the Cubs 8-0. Also in Cubs news, second baseman Ben Zobrist is currently listed as day-to-day. He's dealing with a bruised hand. The Cincinnati Reds swung it well with 15 hits in this one as they took a victory against the Brewers in Milwaukee 7-2. The Redbirds allowed only 5 hits as they took down the visiting Blue Jays 5-0. The Mets left fielder, number 30, was fantastic at the plate, collecting 5 hits, leading the Metropolitans past the Braves 6-3. In other Metropolitan news, starting pitcher Seth Lugo will be out of action for a few days according to team reports. He's dealing with tightness in his forearm. Michael Franco drove in 3, leading Philadelphia to victory over the Marlins 5-4. The Arizona Diamondbacks bested the visiting Padres 2-1. Steven Strasburg earned the victory while striking out 11 as the Nationals took care of the Rockies 6-2. In other news from Washington, D.C., shortstop Trey Turner is listed as day-to-day, but is not expected to see any time on the DL. He is dealing with a strained lat muscle. The San Francisco Giants cracked 16 hits on the day as they got the best of the Dodgers at home 8-6. The Boston Red Sox had 12 hits as a team as they defeated the visiting Yankees 14-7. The Tampa Bay Rays launched 3 home runs as they beat the O's in Baltimore 5-3. The White Sox grabbed the win against the visiting Royals 3-2. George Springer plated 3 runs on the day, leading the Astros past the Indians 8-1. The Detroit Tigers totaled 11 hits as a team as they stole the win against the Mariners in walk-off fashion 6-4. The Angels hit 3 long balls as they grabbed the win against the visiting Athletics 3-1. Irvin Santana got his 3rd win this season as Minnesota defeated the Rangers 3-1. That's all for today's show. See you back here tomorrow. Have a great day.
One of the best views you'll find in all of baseball. Downtown Pittsburgh in PNC Park. Tonight we wrap up this 3-game series between the Chicago Cubs and the Pittsburgh Pirates. Live baseball here on MLB Network, and it comes your way next. Garrett Cole will do the pitching in Game 3 of the series. What's your take on him, H?
Well, Matt, he's going to have his rough outings from time to time. ERA last year just a little under 4. But the thing about it is he's going to take the ball. Give me the ball. I'm going to take my knocks, but I'm going to keep you in the game, and that's what I'm looking for him to do in this ball game. Keep him in the game, give him a chance to win.
Batting 6.
Put a good swing on it. Here we
Here's
go.
Javier Baez. His career line against Garrett Cole, just a 1 for 9. He also has 1 home run. First pitch on its way. Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. And he'll get under it to put it away in foul territory, and that ends the inning. Here's the catcher, Francisco Cervelli, hitting just a bit over the Mendoza line on the year.
Cervelli.
Grounded back up the middle. And the inning will continue as that's through for a 2-out hit.
That's a nice controlled 2-strike approach. You cut your swing down, and all you want to do is see the ball and hit it.
Ready for another chance? Javier Baez comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. And he jumps at a changeup, a swing and a miss.
Well, when you're facing good hitters, you got to mix it up. Most people say pitch off the fastball. Clearly right here, that first pitch changeup for a strike has now set up everything else. He's pitching off the changeup.
On the fist and a jam shot to the right side. Jaso is there as he makes the catch. Here's John Jaso now.
The
0 for 1 for him here in this one. The windup and the 0-1. On the ground up the middle. Backhanded. On to first, and it's a fine start to the inning for Anderson. 2 away now. Ready once again, Javier Baez. And guys, 7th inning already. Hey, I'm not complaining, but this one's been flying by.
Yeah, I'll agree with that, Matt. That's what you get when both starting pitchers have it working. Neither of them have been nibbling around the strike zone at all, and they've trusted their defense to make the plays.
Hey, keep it going. Your turn.
Riding in once again, Javier Baez. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. A little tardy there. No balls and a strike.
Oh, man, he took a swing and a half at that one. I think some frustration is creeping into these guys, so he might have just been trying to get his guys on the board with one swing.
A great job of changing speeds there. It's 0-2. Tried to get him to go after one below the knees, but it's 1-2.
Your turn now, no bit.
Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul.
Whoa, he tried to get a little cute right there. A little 2-strike changeup. He thought he might get a swing and miss, but man, he left that in the zone. He's fortunate that ball didn't leave the park.
Hot shot on the ground is short. One there. On to first, and that's the very last thing they needed at this point in the ball game, as there are quickly 2 away now.
Oh, man, that's just a backbreaker right there. Well, that's not exactly how you throw it up. He gave up a long ball to make it interesting, but it was the only run he gave up, and he hangs on to collect the save.
Close one tonight, 2-1 the final score. Garrett Cole earns his first win of the season. Brett Anderson struck out 10 in the losing effort. Tony Watson hammers down the save, his 5th of the year. So that'll put a wrap on things here this evening. For my partners Harold Reynolds and Dan Plesac, this is Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB Network. Good night, everybody.
Is our final line score tonight for the victorious Pirates. 2 runs, 7 hits, no errors. They left 9 runners on base. For the Cubs, 1 run, 5 hits, no errors. They left 8 men on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 41 minutes.
TGIF, and welcome to Inside the Show. Looking first at the NL Central, the Cardinals got 11 overall hits as they took down the visiting Blue Jays 4-0. In other Cardinals news, starting pitcher Adam Wainwright is currently listed as day-to-day. He is dealing with a strained lat muscle. Looking at the standings, the Cardinals are atop the NL Central, and the Blue Jays sit in second place in the American League East Division. The Mets totaled 11 hits as a team as they took down the visiting Braves 4-0. In other Metropolitan news, starting pitcher Noah Syndergaard will not be in the lineup for the next couple of days. He's dealing with a strained pectoral muscle. In other news out of Atlanta, starting pitcher Jaime Garcia will be out of action for a few days according to team reports. He's dealing with a bruised arm. Heading into today, the Mets sit atop the NL East, and the Braves sit in third place in the National League East Division. The Miami Marlins got 12 hits in this one as they got the best of the Phillies in Citizens Bank Park 5-1. Right now, the Phillies are in fourth place in the NL East, while the Marlins sit in fourth place in the National League East Division. The Arizona Diamondbacks finished off the 4-game sweep as they bested the visiting Padres 2-0. As of today, the Diamondbacks sit in 3rd place in the National League West Division, while the Padres sit in last place in the National League West Division. The Colorado Rockies combined for a 4-hitter as they bested the visiting Nats 1-0. At the moment, the Rockies sit in 4th place in the National League West, while the Nationals sit in 2nd place in the National League East Division. The Los Angeles Dodgers pitched well, allowing 3 hits as they got the win over the Giants in San Francisco 3-0. In other Dodgers news, starting pitcher Hyun-Jin Ryu is listed as day-to-day, but is not expected to see any time on the DL. He's dealing with a strained tricep. Heading into today, the Giants are in 1st place in the NL West, and the Dodgers sit in 2nd place in the National League West Division. The Boston Red Sox combined for 10 hits as a team as they defeated the visiting Yankees 4-0. In other Yankees news, starting pitcher John Neese will not be in the lineup for the next couple of days. He's dealing with stiffness in his back. Looking at the standings, the Red Sox are in 1st place in the AL East, while the Yankees are in 4th place in the AL East. The Indians got together to allow 4 hits as they got the home victory against the Astros 3-1. Right now, the Indians are in 2nd place in the AL Central, and the Astros sit in 1st place in the American League West Division. The Tigers total 11 hits as they took down the visiting Mariners 7-6. Also in Mariners news, starting pitcher Hisashi Iwakuma is currently listed as day-to-day. He's dealing with a pulled muscle in his leg. As of today, the Tigers are in last place in the AL Central, while the Mariners are in 4th place in the AL West. The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim cracked 16 hits on the day as they grabbed the win against the visiting Athletics 10-9. In other A's news, 3rd baseman Adam Rosales will be out of action for a few days according to team reports. He's dealing with a bruised hand. Heading into today, the Angels are in 2nd place in the AL West, and the Athletics are in last place in the AL West. As always, thanks for tuning in. That's all we've got this morning. Enjoy the games later today, and we'll see you tomorrow.